I mean, good evening. Oh my, and welcome to Wise Words with Elder.
Sorry, you got the B-Tech versions today.
Yes. It's a small downgrade, but that's minor. We'll move past that. This is Wise Words with Ditie and
Tobi?
your favorite duo. Well, we're gonna try and give you a different perspective on life as a young Christian and come from, well, the male perspective, the boys, the man them. That's us.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're also at different stages in life. So I'm currently at university, and Tobi is in secondary school, just about to do his GCSEs.
Yeah, and going into year 11 now.
Give him a round of applause. It's not easy. It's not easy. Some of us are very happy that we've passed that stage. So, good luck to you. May God go with you. But yeah, I mean, are there any things that you think a lot of other people will want insight on from the struggles or experiences you have had up to this point, year 9, 10, secondary school, basically?
For me, I feel like I've had good friends around me. I've had people like my friends. I think I'd say most of them are Christian. We talk about the Bible a lot and stuff, football a lot and stuff like that. Yeah, it has to be. We're all quite close together and stuff. So outside of school, we talk. I'm on calls with them, not that much actually. Outside of school in the summer holidays now, because obviously I got to focus on work, focus on myself for a bit. But it's nice to talk to them for a while and see how they are, because for me, I feel like friends are a very important thing, especially when it's like you can talk to them about anything, especially stuff like your religion and things like that. So I feel like the way I talk to them and the way they talk to me is quite
natural.
Yeah, it's natural. Because I'm glad that I have those friends around me, because I've met people that are obviously not as nice to me as I want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's on them.
yeah, that's your fault now. But for me, I'm glad that I just have the friends that I do.
I'm glad
I
you
know
have
that sounds
these
really
friends as well.
soppy saying that and stuff. But
No, that's the thing.
I'm glad I do.
We're always made to think that, saying I like my friends is a little bit wet, a little bit soppy. But no, I like my friends, man. I like my friends. That's why they're my friends.
Yeah, you have to.
I actually made the choice. I'm not going to choose people that I don't want to be with. So I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I've made a good choice. So yeah, exactly. That's what you're really doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that that's the case for you. I remember when I was in secondary school, I had good friends around me, but I'd say the ones I was closest to, because most of them weren't Christian, I felt at times either I had to censor myself, or if we were talking about religion, I was doing a lot of defensive work. And you know me, I'm an attacker. I'm a flary guy. I'm not really made for defense. So I was debating at times, and that's really not something I've liked doing all my life. But I mean, I had friends that I was able to get through to them that way as well. Sometimes because they're saying things from an intellectual side, you're like, okay, if this is how I can get through to you, let me just suck it up and do some defensive work. I'll track back a bit. So that's exactly what I was doing. But now at uni, where I've basically been able to start again, also coming through secondary school, going through all of that, it's made me understand the kind of friends I do want to have, kind of friends I don't want to have. But I've still also got my separate groups. So I have some that I know, okay, everyone here is Christian. We can talk about anything. We can talk about uni. We can talk about the things I like, my hobbies. We can talk about God and everything. I've got others where it's still a little bit of defending religion because they're not Christian, but they're very open to discussions about it. They know that I'm Christian. Like even recently, this Sunday I was there with them, and they were like, we've scheduled this like meetup so that it doesn't interfere with church because we keep on missing you because you're always in church drumming and that. And I'm like, at least you know. One day you're gonna see me drumming in church. You'll be coming to church as well. So I said, I said just watch the stream if you can. But so far the only video that they've watched is the time that I hit myself in the face.
Oh,
with a drumstick.
You didn't send that one to them?
I told them about it, thinking it was just going to be a little funny story. They'd leave it.
It's never a funny
and then
story.
They were like,
it's always a follow-up. There's always a follow-up.
We need to see the proof. So I showed them the proof. Such a silly decision. But it's all right. But yeah, I mean, how are you and your friends planning to tackle this upcoming year with your GCSEs and everything getting serious now?
I feel like we've all just felt like we had to fix up a bit because school. I don't want to say you mess around in school, but
you do.
Yeah. Essentially, it's a place to learn, meet new people, friends and stuff. But this year, especially, I feel like it's been easier for me because last year, I call it last year now, I got put in a class of people where I actually didn't have met any of my friends at all. I had about 2, and I didn't even sit next to them. So I wasn't talking. I'm not saying I don't like the people that sat next to me, but I wasn't talking to them.
Yeah.
So I was, I focused on my work, and when it came up to end of years, I was focused. I was in the zone, I guess. I came out of them. I was feeling okay. Then my report came out, and I was feeling decent. No, the scores were all right. They were decent, I guess. And then after that, now I have to do work for art GCSE, which I'm doing. So long.
It's long.
I have to start my new book, but I'm feeling good. I feel good because I know that I can do it. I know that God can do it for me.
Amen.
And that all I need to do is put in a bit of work for myself and just really focus on the subjects that I need to help myself with. And I feel like I've started studying my friends a bit as well, and because some of them are smarter than me, technically they're smarter than me.
We'll give it to them.
I feel like surrounding yourself with people that are intellectually going to make you carry you higher in any way possible is a very good thing, because even if you have an inner friend group of people that you get on with a lot, people that you can talk to on an intellectual level, that's a good thing to have as well. So I have people in my year that I go to if I need, say, help on like a subject or anything, because I make connections. I network. I do my thing.
It's the in-person LinkedIn.
But for me, I've had a nice time with my friends, because I feel like the school I go to as well, it helps me, because I like the people that are smart.
I understand what you mean. To phrase it a little better,
yeah,
I like people who will give me an intellectual challenge.
Yes, I like people that challenge me.
Yeah,
basically, and because as we see there, Proverbs 27 verse 17, as iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. I feel like that verse, it describes what I've been waffling about for the past 5 minutes.
It's True. Iron can't be sharpened by a sponge, for example. So if someone is just there taking all the information that you have but giving you nothing, you're not becoming sharp. They may be becoming a little bit sharper. They'll still be rough around the edges because they're still a sponge. But, you know, you're not getting any better for it. So I think it's good to be around people that you know are going to make you work harder, do your best, and to, like, study to show yourself approved, as the Bible says as well, which is something I've been hearing for a long time. I only recently started actually putting it into practice. I think it was my GCSE year. Forget that. It was the term of my GCSEs when I started putting in that work. So I think you're doing well. You're ahead of where I was. Your mentality is polished. It's good for now. I mean, if we look at that time, I think I was maybe a bit complacent, because up to that point, I had had a lot of like tests and stuff in which I hadn't had to put too much effort in, and I'd come out doing either okay or just enough that I didn't have to like be noticed by anyone. Like I was either doing well or doing enough. And then the exams that actually mattered came, GCSEs came along, and I was like, you know what, I don't think I can just skirt by these ones. I think I have to put a bit of work in. And that was when I started like working, but late. So I was compensating for a whole year of not having been serious. So then when it got to A levels, I was like, I'm not doing that again. So I learned from that mistake. Uni came, and again, it's another experience, because you feel like, okay, I'm a grown up, I can like schedule my work, I can do all this plan, and then time just goes, and you're like, I'm back where I started. Here we go again. And my faith was just in God at that point. I remember having a meeting with one of my supervisors at uni, and he was basically talking to all the other people in the tutor group as well before, and talking about how stressed they were, that exams were coming up. And he was speaking to me, he was like, you don't seem that stressed. In my head, I was like, you don't even know.
You don't
but he
see
was like,
it.
you don't seem stressed. I was like, oh, thank you. He was like, don't worry, you have no need to be. I think, you know, we've seen your work over the year. And I was like, oh, good. And he was like, yeah, you'll be fine. And my meeting with that guy ended up being like 5 minutes or less. Everyone else's meetings were overrunning. I remember before I'd gone in, I was standing out there for 10 minutes after the time I was supposed to be there. So I came out of that and I was like, God, it's only you. Mm-hmm. But instead of just showing this confidence, please help me also to get the results to back it up in Jesus' name. And he pulled through. So yeah, you're correct in knowing that you can do it. You can do it by putting in the work and allowing God also to put in his work, because he will never fail you. So that's something I've found, and I hope to continue to find in my life. I'm sure, I know I will continue to find in my life. So yeah, I'm grateful that we've both seen that.
Yeah. GCSEs, going into them, I don't know, not necessarily I don't know, but I feel that I feel like I need to help myself in what I do, because I feel like what I did in the past years was, you know, I wasn't helping anyone around around me, because, you know, we were all kind of in the year where you weren't really focusing and stuff, and then it's not as intellectual. The year isn't as you don't feel like you're being challenged.
Kind of just passes you by.
Yeah, that especially happened to me in lockdown, because I started in March and I had to do my online year until mid-July, I think.
Yeah.
So I can't lie, I didn't show up to many of the online lessons, because it's easy to just miss them.
Very, very easy. I mean,
a bit too easy.
It's
a bit
basically
too easy.
optional. Why would you put it online?
You either install the app and go to the lessons, you know, listen in class, or you don't and you just play on your Xbox, PS4.
Sleep well.
Yeah, sleep good until
Stressless.
however long you want. And I feel like I did that for a bit, and it wasn't the best. But now I feel like I even have a schedule now. So I've really. I want to pat myself on the back for this one.
You deserve it.
Because and now I want to say I'm waking up at 9, but
I have woken up at 9 at least.
yeah, I'm trying. At least I'm trying. And I feel like now it's to the point where you know that you have to put in the work to get a good mark, because at the end of it you'll be happy, and then you'll have time. Because my dad, my mum, they always say, put in the work now, and then you have the whole holiday. We'll let you play. We don't care. We'll allow you. But if you do the work now, then you'll get a good grade, and it's all good. So as long as you do it, it's fine. So for me, that's what I'm feeling now. But what did you do for A levels? Because it's the second one. It's not GCSE. It's not the first one.
No, this one was a step above. It felt like 2 steps above, really. But I mean,
well, you skipped one.
No, no. It just suddenly felt like there was a massive jump after GCSEs, and people had said like, "Oh, there's going to be a big jump," and all of a sudden, we were doing almost as much work as I was doing for GCSEs, but I was only doing 4 subjects, and GCSEs I'd been doing 11. So I was like, okay. So if that's how I have to manage my time, then that's how I'm going to have to manage my time, I guess. So I was doing, obviously, I'm doing languages at uni. So I was doing French, Spanish, and then I added maths and physics. I thought I would just, put a bit of everything that I can do in there. Turns out I couldn't do physics.
You took 2 different paths.
Very different paths. I was like, I could go down an engineering route, or I could go down the creative sort of route. And then I ended up being very much forced down the creative route by my own intellect. The physics was not for me, and the maths, well, you can only drop one thing. So I was doing maths and the 2 languages by the time that the actual A-levels came around. But at that point, I think, once I had dropped the physics, I was like, okay, well, now I have no excuse really to do badly in these exams, because I'm doing 2 things that I'm good at, and 1 thing that I know will either be very useful for me in the future, or will just at least look good on my grades and help me to get to where I'm going. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I will take maths seriously. I had to take it seriously as well, because that A-level maths is doable, but it's not the way I was doing maths before.
It's not fun.
Exactly.
I haven't even done it, and I've heard it's not fun.
No,
I'm not even anywhere near it.
I don't want to scare you. do maths by all means, but prepare yourself. Fail to prepare to fail. That's how it is. And me, I was not prepared to fail, so I was like, let me do my work. I was in there some late nights. I would finish my French work, my Spanish work. I'd be done by like 8. But then that maths, I was up to 11, 12. I was just looking at the numbers on the page, the letters, the pictures they were drawing for me, and I was like, none of this correlates.
When maths starts using letters, that's when it gets long for me.
Exactly.
And it uses them way too much.
Too much.
If I want letters, I'll do English, please.
Exactly. It's a whole different book, whole another subject. But you're trying to mix things. But that is for another day, I guess. Anyway, I'm glad we've made a little start here. We've spoken on how to navigate life, how to go through the school days, your studies in a way that both glorifies God and helps you to know that this isn't the be-all and the end-all, but it's something that you should take seriously, that you should trust in God to help you with, and that you can get through, that there are better days ahead, but these ones are not as bad as you think they are. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.